Hi guys, my name is McKenna and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Roaring 20's book tag, which was created by Emma from Emma Books, Monica from Monica Kim, and Sarah from Sarah without an H. This was centered around the Diviner series, which is my absolute favorite series of all time, but it's just because the 20's are coming, the 2020s, and I'm just really excited to be doing this, and I really wanted to do a Tag Tuesday every Tuesday of November, so this is the one to kick it off on the 5th, hopefully, if I get it edited and up by then. Fingers crossed, but without further ado, let's just jump right into the tag. The first question is, Roaring 20's a 2020 release that you can't wait for? Obviously, The King of Crows by Libba Bray. I absolutely can't wait for it. I have so many videos up to that book release planned. I'm so excited for it, but if we're doing something different, I am really excited for Check Please by Ngozi Ukazu Sticks and Scones, which is the second volume. It's the second volume of the Check Please series. I have been reading the webcomic, but I really want the real thing to be able to read it all at one time, and I'm super excited for it. Those are my two most anticipated 2020 releases, but I can't wait to put out a video of all my 2020 releases because there's so many coming out. The second question is, That's the Berries, a new release that you loved. I think one of the newest releases that I absolutely loved was There's Something About Sweetie by Sandy Manan. I fell head over heels for this book when I read it first, and the second time I read it I loved it even more, if that is possible. And it is one of my favorite books of all time at this point. I love it so much. There is so much to be found in this book, and I hope everyone reads it and enjoys it because it's just so good. Now You're on the Trolley, or Now You're Right, a book series that took 2 or more books to actually get good. So I couldn't really think of anything for this, so the best one I had was ACOTAR series. Even though I don't really like them, I hated book 1 more than anything. I just genuinely disliked it so much. I can't even begin to explain my hatred for book 1. And book 2 and 3 I didn't mind that much, but book 1, Question 4 is a Blue Nose or a Killjoy, a book that put you in a reading slump. I think the book that put me in the worst reading slump recently was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and not because I particularly liked it or thought it was that good, just because it was so weird and different that everything else kind of seemed like it couldn't be read. I read it at the very end of at the very end of July, which is right when my 3 books a month started, and it's just been 3 books a month ever since, and I'm not happy about that. So hopefully we'll change that in November, but that started me on a downward trajectory of a reading slump. Question 5 is Hotsy Totsy, Attractive, a book with a gorgeous cover. I think one of the most beautiful covers I have ever seen is the cover for The Exact Opposite of Okay by Laura Stephen. I love this cover, the UK cover specifically, so much. It is so colorful, and the doodles, and it has so much detail in it. If you read it and then look at all of the details in the cover, you will find so much. It is just so wonderful. It is a beautiful cover, and I can't stop gushing about it. I love that cover so much. Question 6 is Let's Blouse or Let's Get Out of Here, a book that you DNF'd. I am not a quitter. Mama didn't raise no little bitch, so when I DNF a book, it's usually not for good, but the book that I got the furthest into that I had to put off recently was Of Ice and Shadows by Audrey Colthurst. I just wasn't in the mood for this. I have a feeling that it might have been because of the audiobook. If I went back and read it physically, I have a feeling that I'd like it a little more, and I feel like I remember enough of it that I'm going to continue from where I was in this. This was one of my most anticipated releases of the year. I loved book 1. My love for it might decline a little bit in this book because I had to DNF it, but hopefully I'll do okay and I'll push through. But I technically DNF'd this book. And question 7 is Zoozled, a book that gave you an epic book hangover. I think the biggest book hangover I have ever had was after I finished Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray. I just had to take a second to contemplate everything that was happening and just let it be, kind of think about everything that happened in here and compartmentalize, think, and move on. I feel like I read a book right after it, but like I can't even remember what book I would have read after this. The first time I read it, it hung me over so good. I think I was up till like 2 a.m. finishing this book. I cried, and then I contemplated not even going to school the next day. Like, it was bad, but oh my goodness. I love this book so much. I talk about this all the time, but I love this book so much. Those are all the questions for the Roaring 20s or Diviners book tag. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these answers, what you would answer for these questions if you've done this tag, if you are planning on reading the Diviners before the 4th book comes out. Like, all of those deets, like, let me know down in the comments below. I will see you sometime for a new one. Bye!